Welcome, everybody, to the latest live edition of the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, the Ultimate Cleveland Guardian Sports Show, of course. Zach Meisel is at Progressive Field. We got the Yankees-Red Sox going on behind us. So if you look carefully, you know for sure we're live because you could see the Red Sox-Yankees game going on.
Is it okay if we don't have the express written consent of Major League Baseball?
I don't know. It's a good question. We get in trouble here with it.
Block it.
You got to block the action, with your head. So we can
you don't know. Is this a fly ball that's caught? Is it a double to the gap?
We don't know. The Red Sox just tie the game? No, it's caught. All right. Unfortunately, the Guardians lose the first game with doing some things that they haven't done. Play bad defense. Also, did Jose Ramirez make a mistake with his base running in the ninth? I don't think so. Does Zach? We shall see. That's all coming up. Plus, looking ahead to Game 2 of Guardians Tigers tomorrow at Progressive Field on the Ultimate Cleveland Guardian Show. A couple of early comments I'm going to read real quick. Zach Huffman, this one hurts, but the team will bounce back. Vote said it best. Team has to back up against the wall, and they've come through all September. They can do it again tomorrow. Keep the faith, everyone. It's a good way to start, and I agree. It was so funny because after the game, and we'll go back and recap, but after the game, I did obviously a live podcast, and there was so much in my timeline about this team sucks and the lineup sucks. And we've known that the whole time, but we weren't saying that for the last 3.5 weeks. And even though the lineup didn't do much today, today's not the day to say the lineup sucks. A, because the series is not over. Or you disagree. But B, it's Tarik Skubal. I mean, he makes good lineups look like they suck when he's on, and he was today. I mean, 2 of the 3 hits were infield hits, and the other was like a blooper to right field by Manzardo. He was pretty nasty. I would have let him finish the 8th. Personally, they didn't. What's your early take on this here?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you look at this series in Game 1 was always going to be the toughest one to get, right? Yep. Skubal's just that good. He's going to win his 2nd consecutive Cy Young Award. It's also hard. This is the 3rd time they faced him in 3 weeks, yep, and they somehow won the first 2 times.
Yeah,
hard to beat him 3 straight. But you look at the way this game played out, it felt like there were a lot of opportunities for them to win. Gavin Williams was awesome. The only reason he becomes a mere footnote in this one is because of 2 miscues defensively behind him by guys who were only in the lineup because they're right-handed and you wanted righties against the lefty Skubal. Mm-hmm. So I just feel like it's a lack of execution at certain points, or even going into it, game planning, cobbling the lineup together. You have to choose a lane in a game like this, and you can choose, let's go all right-handed because Skubal's lefty, or you can choose, let's go with our best hitters, even if they're left-handed, even if they don't typically fare as well against lefties, or you can go defense-based, and they went with the right-handed guys, and it backfired. Did it not?
Yeah.
And if you don't make both of those defensive miscues, maybe they're still playing. If you execute in the 9th inning when Jose Ramirez is gifted a single and a 2-base error, maybe they're still playing. It felt like there was a lot of that. And so it's frustrating to lose a game like that. I think it's even more frustrating when it's self-inflicted in many ways.
Both runs unearned. Gavin Williams was great. Not quite as great as Skubal, but he was great. With as far as the defensive miscues, it's easy to blame the manager, but you're professional baseball players. You got to make those plays, and especially the John Kenzie thing. Be athletic for F's sake. I mean, first, listen. The ball hit to him initially. That's a hard hit ball. A good first baseman is going to make that play, but then with the foot sliding off the base, how does that happen? Because they probably don't score there if they get the out on that play.
It looked like Manzardo, did it not?
Well, he's a disaster at first.
That's the thing. I mean, we've known Rodriguez as a statue in right field. So if you're going to put him in the lineup, you got to produce. I mean, this was a guy who was in the minors for 2 months.
Yep.
Randomly gets a start Saturday night against a lefty and hits a home run. If he doesn't hit a home run Saturday night, is he hitting cleanup against Tarek Skubal on Tuesday afternoon? I don't know. So, it's a lot of things. It's one, they should have better options. Like, that's an indictment on ownership in the front office, and we can go down that road when the off season arrives. But number two, this is what they're resigned to. They're trying to find young, unproven part-time hitters. And like, platoons are great when you have Lonnie Chisenhall and Brandon Geyer both excelling at what they do. When you have Tyler Naquin and Jordan Luplow combining for 25 homers and an 850 OPS. But you can't just take a right-handed hitter and a left-handed hitter and pair them in right field and say, all right, this is going to work.
Yeah.
Noel, they've tried that all year with him. It has not worked. He's got a 480 OPS, right? Like,
I mean,
it didn't work on the Nolan Jones side either.
No.
And so sometimes, like, Kafis never had drastic differences with facing a lefty or righty in the minors. And I know Skubal's going to make everybody look foolish. So at least go with the guy who's just maybe a good hitter.
And a better play. Yeah.
Not a liability defensively.
Yeah, that was my biggest beef with the lineup, was that Kafis wasn't in there. I remember you saying when he first came up that he didn't have a problem with splits there, in the minors. He killed it in the minors. He's been pretty solid. He's not been amazing since he's come up here, but he's been solid. He's certainly been a lot better than John Kenzie and Rodriguez. I mean, I just didn't see why he was on the bench. The rest of the lineup is what it is. I mean, what are you going to do? Let's go to a couple of moments of this game. First of all, when the Guardians tied the game, it was very much like how they scored against Skubal last time, right? That weird infield hit. Great hustle by Angel Martinez on that play, I thought. I don't know that a lot of guys, like Skubal clearly wasn't thinking he was trying to score because he waited before he threw the ball.
Yeah. No, and I think he got caught maybe flat-footed throwing that too, so he didn't have the oomph on it that you would expect him to. I mean, look, guards ball is a convenience. It is what a team does because there's no other method to scratching across runs, especially against a guy like Skubal.
Yeah, it's a plan C. It's a plan C is what it is.
Yeah, like, it's great that they hustle. It's great that they put the ball in play. But sometimes it's a cop-out. And it can't be your only way of putting runs on the board. So that's great that it worked in the fourth inning. Once again, didn't hit a lot of the infield, and they had a run to show for it. But you've got to be able to string together hits. Like, in the end, guards ball didn't get you past the ALDS in 2022. In the end, guards ball didn't get you past the ALCS in 2024. You know how many balls they hit out of the infield today, Bull?
Yeah,
33 plate appearances.
Oh, including outs. Zardo's hit was the only hit to the outfield.
Right.
Not a lot. I can't remember a lot of balls to the outfield. How many?
4. Wow. Center fielder Parker Meadows didn't touch the baseball.
Oh my God, I didn't realize it was that.
Yeah, I think like you've got to be, and look again, like Skubal's the best pitcher on the planet, but the fact that that's your lineup in game 1 of a playoff series, I think that's an indictment on everything we yelled about in July.
Yeah.
This is what we were talking about, right?
Yeah, but we knew it. We knew it. So it's like we knew it, and we knew it might be tough for them to score today. And I got crazy and thought they'd score a little more than this, and I was wrong. But a couple other things in that inning, when they tied the game. Here's one thing which it was the fourth inning. Why is Rocchio bunting with 2 outs?
Just to try to be clever.
Are you? I mean,
guards
did you think that was crazy, or no? I mean,
if he would have put a little bit more on it, it was actually perfectly placed. It just, Skubal was able to corral it pretty easily, and this time didn't hunch over the football and try to snap it.
Mm-hmm.
But a little bit more, and he would have had in that Bermuda Triangle. But again, like that's what I mean, though.
Yeah,
like you have to actually hit. You can't just not like that. Can't be your only strategy.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, your Your number, what was he batting? 7th? Like if your number 7 hitter thinks the only way he can get in a run with 2 outs is to bunt, I know it's 7, it's not 4, but still, it's just kind of pitiful.
No, because Jonathan Rodriguez was hitting 4.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I thought they were going to sack bunt with him earlier in the game. Now let's go to the 9th inning. So Jose reaches, they scored a hit. I watched the replay like 12 times. I think he was going to be out at first. It probably should have been 2 errors on no, it would have just been 1 3-base error. Doesn't matter. Obviously he hustles to third. Then they bring up Valera. I didn't have a problem with it. Somebody argued me they should have gone with Schneemann there because at least he's been in the league.
Schneemann had a terrible September though. I think the other day he struck out like 4 times. So
right, like to me,
pretty good.
To me, it was either go with Valera, Kefis, maybe Bo Naylor, but probably Valera.
Bo Naylor had already pinch hit.
Oh yeah, Naylor had already pinch hit. Right. So Valera or Kefis was the call there. I was fine with them going with Valera. Obviously, he swung a couple of bad pitches. What?
Not Chase DeLauder?
Yeah, I mean, talk about a guy being nervous. He's going to be the first major league at bat, pinch hitting in the 9th. I would start him tomorrow, though. We'll get to that later. But you didn't have a problem with Valera hitting there, right?
No, that's what I would have gone with. I actually thought he should have pinch hit in what inning was it? The 8th.
Right.
When they went with Bo Naylor and he grounded out.
True. Yeah. By the way, this is a little thing. Nobody's going to pay any attention to it. I brought this up. I was pissed off. I know you're going to say it's silly, but Bo Naylor grounds out to end the 8th inning, right? And there was a runner on second in that situation, wasn't there? The second Bo Naylor hits that ball, he breaks it down and starts jogging to first. He didn't start jogging when the first baseman fielded the ball. He broke it down basically the second he hit it. I know 999 times out of 1,000 you're going to be out on that play. I get it. But why would you not run? That's a little thing that pisses me off. I get even in the regular season, I hate it. But in the playoffs, like bust your ass out of the dugout. You never know. He could fall on his run to first base. You never know. Crazy things happen. How do you not run hard there? I'm sure you didn't even notice it. I'm a lunatic.
I didn't notice it. No.
It's just, I don't know. I hate when players do that. That's just crap. But anyway, so in the 9th, after Valera strikes out, Manzardo comes up, hits the chopper back to the mound. We know Ramirez gets caught in kind of a rundown, but Manzardo couldn't even get to second. My man, Mikey McNuggets, said it was a terrible base running move by Jose Ramirez. I know there was some others complaining. I said that's a ridiculous call. With 1 out and a runner on third, to me, you've got to go. He had decided he was going on contact, or they had decided, and that's what you got to do. He got hit to the wrong spot, unfortunately. But I got zero problem. I don't think that was a bad base running move by Jose, and obviously it didn't matter because the next batter popped up. But still, at the time, did you think it was a bad base running move?
So I think my first reaction was surprise, just because I think this needs to be said for anyone who doesn't know. He is consistently year after year rated by all the metrics as one of the league's best base runners.
Yeah.
Right. Like, how does he steal 40 plus bases, even though he's got like above average speed, but not great speed? It's because the instincts are off the charts. Like,
that's right.
When you're on the bases, a lot of times you have to either guess what to do, or it's almost a chess match where you're trying to figure out what the defense is going to do. And he usually can figure out the defender's next steps before the defenders know what they're doing. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So all of that said, I trust him implicitly to make the right read all the time. The tricky thing about a play like that is that the third baseman is not like cover, like they're not standing at the bag.
Right.
They're holding him on.
Yeah, right.
So he's going to get a huge lead. And he declined to speak to reporters after the game, which I think is worth noting, just because otherwise I would explain this in his terms, not mine.
Yeah.
But the one thing he acknowledged was he was running on contact. So he's, a third of the way down the line already, and contact is made, and it's not, a line drive or anything. So he's not going to head back.
Right.
He's he's stuck.
Yeah.
The only if you're gonna maybe critique it, and I would have to go back. I haven't seen the replay. I wonder if he just should have just keep going home.
That
maybe
is to me,
force a throw or force some
Yeah.
craziness.
I think what he decided was maybe I can get into a rundown long enough for Manzardo to get to second.
Yeah.
I think was the thought. I did think that too. I was a little surprised that he stopped because you never know. The throw could, it could be a bad throw. It's a lot of pressure on that throw in that situation on Vest.
You just had the wrong hitter at the plate to get to second, right?
Yeah,
like he couldn't drag it out long enough. Manzardo
right.
got to first. That was it. So
yeah.
I mean, the bottom line though is you have a runner on third, nobody out, and you go strikeout, grounder to the pitcher, pop out. Like that's the problem. That's why I keep coming back to the offense just isn't good enough.
You said before, they got it. It was funny on UCSS today. Mike asked me the question, like, how do the Guardians make a long run in the playoffs? Or he asked all of us, and G and Tyvus talked about pitching, and which I get because the pitching is the strength of the team. But I said, no, it's not about the pitching. That's not going to give them a long run because they've had the pitching in the past, and they have the pitching now, and that's your expectation that the pitching will be good. And it's not guards ball either. The way the Guardians can make a deep run in the playoffs is if they do something we don't expect, which is hit way more home runs than we expect them to. That's how they make a deep run.
So if you think about last year, like I know I said this earlier, but I kind of hesitated when I was talking about guards ball in the playoffs over the years. And like last year, remember Kwan and Rocchio were scorching hot.
Yep.
Those guys were always on base, and it wasn't like infield whatever. It's like Rocchio was just, both of them were just slapping line drives all over the place. And Noel hit the big home run. Fry hit some big home runs. Lane Thomas hit some big home runs. So they actually had like a semi-formidable approach or attack. So you're right. Like I'm looking at the lineup today and I'm like, if you squint, maybe you can see 2 runs. I don't, you need, and it was going to be from the top of the lineup, right? You need Kwan on base, and that didn't happen. You need Martinez on base.
And Kwan is struggling right now.
Yeah. So the good thing for this team is I think that starting lineup in game 2 will look on paper to be much more palatable, right? And
will it include Chase DeLauder?
It could. Very well could. It'd be weird to add him to the roster and only use him as like a break glass in case of emergency pinch hitter, because then that's going to take place in a critical situation, and that's insane for a major league debut, right?
Right.
Feels like it'd be easier to just throw him in the lineup and let him have his first at bat in the bottom of the second inning with nobody on and 1 out or something.
Wouldn't you put him, like, I'd play him at right, I'd play Kefis at first, and I'd DH Manzardo.
That works. I'd like Valera in there because Valera had a really good month of September. So if you really don't care about defense, you could go DeLauder in center. DeLauder was working in center field on the workout day.
Right.
I don't know. You could put him in center, Valera in right, Kefis at first, Manzardo DH, Bo Naylor behind the plate. Like that's actually a lineup I would expect to score some runs.
Yeah.
Maybe they go Schneemann and maybe they trust Schneemann more and they go with him instead. But just either way, it's like your best case scenario today was very low.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot different in games 2 and 3.
What was the locker room like tonight? The clubhouse. What was it? The atmosphere, attitude?
Quiet, pretty empty.
Yeah.
One guy at a time, maybe in the room. Not much to report. Like, guys, they either got out of there quickly or they didn't get dressed quickly and were off getting cold tub treatments or whatever.
Did you talk Did you get a chance to talk to anybody?
Jhonkensy Noel, Jonathan Rodriguez, Gavin Williams. Nothing interesting.
Yeah, nothing interesting. Do you think there's a chance, like if they're going to get crazy, is there and try to get Valera, Kefis, Manzardo, and DeLauder all in the lineup. Is there a chance they would put either Arias or DeLauder in left and put Quan in center? Would that make more sense?
Probably. I don't think it'll happen.
Okay.
Quan was the best outfielder defensively.
Yeah.
Well, the left fielder in baseball this year. He led the league in defensive runs saved.
Right.
And he'll win his 4th Gold Glove. But they've shown no inclination to move him to center.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Which is, in some ways, it's crazy because they've moved,
everybody.
All these second basemen have been playing center field, right? Like it's been Martinez and Schneemann and Tyler Freeman before that.
So let DeLauder play center.
Before that.
I'm saying let DeLauder play center, but then, they lost today because of the defense. But
you have to pick a lane. I think that's my criticism is you needed offense or defense today, and you got neither.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so at least go all in on offense. And also, it doesn't have to be permanent. It's like DeLauder for 3 at-bats and then put Schneemann out there. And move DeLauder to right. Like, that's the other thing. DeLauder is more athletic defensively than Valera or Kefis would be in right field. Right. Petey Halpin is probably going to be a late game defensive replacement. So, I don't know. DeLauder he was initially a center fielder. He played mostly corners in the minors. A lot of that, too, was to protect him from injuries.
Right.
Is there less of a need to do that at this point in the season? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it says something, though. They put in a lot of time during the workout yesterday with him on defense. And so that tells me that the plan isn't just a pinch hit and then you're not going in the field or a start at DH or something. So we'll see.
Oh, I really hope we see all 4 of them in the lineup tomorrow. Obviously, Manzardo and Valera will be in the lineup. We know that. Well, I shouldn't say that for sure. I guess the question is between Valera, Kefis, and DeLauder, which 2 of the 3 will they use, or will they be gutsy and play all 3? That's what I'd like to see them do.
Yeah, the interesting thing, how Detroit is set up. So Casey Mize was actually slightly better against lefties than righties this year, but not enough of a difference for it to really matter. I was surprised the Tigers only took 2 left-handed relievers on their roster. So you'll probably see both of them at some point. But, with all the lefties Cleveland has, that's why you had to jump on Will Vest when he came out of the bullpen today because – Cleveland's stacked with lefties. Detroit's bullpen is stacked with righties.
And by the way, if I'm the Guardians, and I know they won't do this, if the game's close in the middle of the game, or if you're losing, I'm not bringing in Rodriguez and John Kenzie to pinch hit if they bring in a lefty in the 5th inning. I'm not interested in that at all. And yet I'm confident they're going to do. They won't pinch hit for Manzardo at this point, but for the other guys, they can all be pulled out. And I'm like, those other guys are better players. Let them play.
Yeah, I mean, it took forever to get Manzardo to crack the lineup against lefties. He's one of the few guys he's the only guy who had a base hit to the outfield today. Yeah. So handedness, there's more to life than handedness, right?
That's right.
That shouldn't dictate everything. You should just go with the guys who are hitting.
But ultimately, if Quan and Ramirez don't get going, and we know, listen, Jose, it's for a number of years now, he has struggled in the postseason. Early in his career, he was better, but in recent years, he has struggled big time in the postseason. He's got to be better. They need him. They need him to be better.
I mean,
certainly Quan.
Yeah, I did Ramirez hit that ball pretty hard in the 9th.
Yeah.
I didn't see the numbers
hard.
on
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
That's up the middle for a base hit. Honestly, well, then it's probably just a single, not him standing on third. But it's tough because these are a 3-game series. They go so fast. You blink and you can be eliminated. And look at how close today was. The outcome could have been different based on so many different little miscues, right? And that's the difference between you're back up against the wall tomorrow. Or if you're the Tigers, advancing, having a couple days off, flying to Seattle. Like, so you have to execute. You can't. The Guardians' margin for error is tiny, and you can't make think about that. There's Gavin Williams got 2 outs on 2 pitches in the first inning.
Yeah.
And then he gives up a single. And it's a pretty casual single. And Rodriguez is just like nonchalantly booting it and then slipping. And look at that. Like, that so easily could have been prevented. And then that's what leads to a run, right?
Yeah.
And you knew runs were going to be at a premium. So it's just like, if Noel's able to step on first base in the 7th, that completely changes the complexion of that inning.
Right.
Maybe
he struck out Dingler next, and it would have been 2 outs.
Right, and who knows? Maybe you keep Gavin Williams in.
Yeah.
A lot of different things could happen. You could walk somebody if you want to pitch around. Like, there's just a lot more you could do. So it honestly felt like you look. Did you see Scooble's? Someone tweeted in 4 starts against Cleveland, his last 4 starts against Cleveland, Scooble's got like a 0.64 ERA. But the Tigers are 2-2 in those games.
It's crazy.
And this felt like another one of those, right?
Yeah, it did.
It felt like the Guardians were going to win that. But what you can't just miss out on all those different little things.
No, they all the 50-50 situations, pretty much outside of the 1 run they scored, the other times they all went the Tigers' way, and it can't happen. And runs have been a premium so far early in the postseason. Tigers, Guardians final, Cubs, Padres final, Yankees, Red Sox are in the bottom of the 4th. So we played 21 full innings in the playoffs, and then 2 outs away from a 22nd full inning. And there's only been 8 runs scored in these 3 games so far total.
I feel like that's
not uncommon.
I mean, I just think back to the wild card here against Tampa 3 years ago, and game 1 was 2-1, I think, and game 2 was 1-0 in 15 innings. So,
oh yeah,
we're used to that.
It happens that way. All right, everybody, thanks for joining us today. Again, tomorrow we'll do the same thing. I'll be on my podcast right after the game, and then 2.5 to 3 hours later, we'll be on with the Ultimate Cleveland Guardians show. Hopefully, a Guardians win, and if that happens, then there will be a game 3 on Thursday at a time to be determined. Obviously, it's scheduled for 1 right now, but 12 of the 14 teams that have won in this round won the first 2 games, and that was it. So big advantages for the team up 1-0, including the Tigers, the Cubs, and we'll see what happens in these other 2 games. We got a super chat here from Ohio, 1991. He says, let's get CDL in the lineup and Kefis and Valera, and please, for the love of everything, get J-Rod out of the outfield. We discussed that, and we certainly agree. It is time. I honestly don't want to see J-Rod or John Kenzie play in the rest of the series or the rest of the postseason. John Kenzie especially. He's been absolutely horrible. There's no reason. He's not any good in the field. He's been one of the worst hitters in baseball when he's been in the majors. There is zero, at least with Hedges. I get it. He, helps him in the field.
He worked 2 walks today.
Major credit. Those were great at-bats. That second walk, I was shocked.
Yeah.
Like, that is gutsy taking that pitch. I mean, I know it was off enough, but usually guys he was striking out everybody at that point. So
some of the pitches Noel was waving at,
he stinks. He can't hit right now. It's crazy. I don't know why he's in the lineup at all. All right. Thanks everybody for joining us. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do so already. Again, live post game right after, live Ultimate Guardians a few hours after, and then again on Thursday if necessary. We'll talk to you next time. Where else but right here on the Ultimate Cleveland Guardians show. See you, everybody.